welcome back to my channel. So for today's look, we did a Hi guys.
2 hours later.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Okay guys, I know that's a really ugly face to be paused on, but I just wanted to throw a little disclaimer out there. If you see that little thing hanging out of my nose, yeah, that's my nose ring. It is not a booger. So you'll probably see it for the rest of the video, which is a little annoying, but yeah, just wanted to throw that out there so that you guys can know. And yeah, let's go. Let's keep on going. Today's look, I decided to do a nighttime appropriate look for Valentine's Day. You know, if you're going out to a fancy dinner, whatever you're doing on Valentine's Day. And I paired it with a red lip, very classic, nothing really to it. I really hope that you guys enjoy this video, and if you're new to my channel, please don't forget to subscribe. And if you're interested in this look, then please keep on watching. So I went ahead and I did my eyebrows off camera, and I also primed my eyes. The eyeshadow primer that I used today was the MAC Prep and Prime 24-Hour Extend Eye Base. I use this every time I'm trying to have like looks where I want all the eyeshadow to stay intact, nothing moves out of place. So I just did that. I dabbed my fingers and I put some translucent powder over it. I'm going to take some tape and I'm going to go like this to take some of the tackiness off, because we don't want to put this on our face and rip our eyelashes off, because that is not cute. So the palette that I'm going to be using for today is the Modern Renaissance palette by Anastasia Beverly Hills. To start off the look and use a transition shade, I'm going to use a little bit of burnt orange and a little bit of raw sienna, and I'm going to place it on my crease as a transition shade. The next shade that I'm going to use is the shade called Red Ochre, and I'm using this with the Anastasia Beverly Hills eyeshadow brush that comes in the palette. So I'm going to take a little bit and I'm going to dab some of the excess off, and I'm going to put that right under the raw sienna and burnt orange shade. The next shade that I'm going to be using is going to be Cyprus Umber. I think that's how you say it. Put my tape back on. Stay on tape. I'm going to take a little bit like this. And I'm going to put that right under the Red Ochre shade, keeping it right in the outer corners of my eyes. I'm going to take the shade called Realgar, yeah, I think that's how you say it, with a Sigma E25 blending brush. And I'm going to take a little bit like this, and I'm just going to use this shade as a blending shade between that Cyprus Umber shade and the Red Ochre and all the other shades that we use on the eyes. With my Sigma E40 brush, I'm going to take a little bit of raw sienna, and I'm just going to put that all on top of everything so that everything blends nice and seamlessly and there are no harsh lines. I'm just gonna go ahead and take the tape off, and you see how it gives like a nice, like a sharp, like, whoop, looking good. So the next thing that I'm gonna do is I'm gonna carve out my crease, and I'm gonna use a Sigma Flat Definer E15 brush and just a little bit of concealer on my hand. And I'm gonna take that flat definer brush and I'm gonna put a little bit on my lid and define the crease. So the reason why I did that, I put some concealer to define the crease shape so that whatever eyeshadow I put on top, it's gonna pop. The shade that I'm gonna be using on top of this is gonna be the Primavera. I wish it was Primavera. I'm so tired of this winter. I'm gonna be using the MAC 242 brush to apply that shade on the lid. I'm going to take the same brush that goes with the palette, and I'm going to take some burnt orange, and I'm just going to blend that out so that there's no harsh lines between the crease shade and the shades that we use on our lid. I'm also going to take some Cyprus Umber and put that on the outer crease, since we lost a little bit of that shade, and it's going to blend everything nice and seamlessly. I'm going to be using the shade Tempera, this shade right here, in the palette, and I'm going to use a Real Techniques brush, and I'm going to use that shade to highlight my brow bone. So guys, I went ahead and I applied some falsies off camera. The falsies that I'm using are the Crazy Ray Ray and Eyelure collaboration, because I've been loving these so much. So for primer today, I'm going to be using the Tarte Clean Slate Timeless Smoothing Primer, and I'm going to apply this on my smile lines. I want my smile lines to start creeping in or anything like that. And you guys are going to be going on some bomb ass dates that your date is going to be making you smile the whole time, so we need to prevent these things from creeping out, because it's not cute. I don't like it. So I'm gonna go ahead and take that primer and just put it around my smile lines. Alright guys, so the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to correct under our eyes, and I'm going to correct these veins here, this discoloration that is so ugly and I hate. But I'm going to use the MAC Prep and Prime highlighter primer stick in the color Peach Luster. The reason why I'm doing this is because you don't want your date thinking that you have bags under your eyes. We want to brighten our eyes a lot, and you don't want them thinking that you were losing sleepwear. So I'm going to take this and I'm just going to put it under my eyes and around my chin area. I'm going to use the Zoeva 142 concealer buffer brush, and I'm just going to buff everything out. This is a little trick that I learned here on YouTube. I'm going to take some translucent setting powder, and I mean the tiniest bit of powder, and put it on these areas that we color corrected so things are locked, and all that effort that you put on color correcting doesn't mix with your foundation or move around or anything like that. So I'm going to take a little bit of that powder and I'm going to set all of those areas. So the foundation that I'm going to be using today is the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte Foundation, and I use the shade Cream Cafe 110, and I'm using this foundation because it claims to be 24 hours, and if you guys are going out, I don't know, you might need 24 hours for your makeup to stay intact. I mean, I don't know, I think that's a long time, but who knows? So you guys already know the drill. I'm going to take the foundation and I'm just going to dab it around my face with a damp beauty blender. Alright guys, so the concealer that I'm going to be using is the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer, and I'm going to highlight under my eyes, on the bridge of my nose, and on my chin. You guys already know I'm going to blend all of this out with a damp beauty blender. Alright, so I'm going to use the Laura Mercier translucent powder, and I'm going to bake underneath those areas that we highlighted. So we're just going to let all of this bake, and I also put some on my smile lines again, so just let it bake and I'll be right back. So we just finished baking. I let everything cook and set, and to remove everything I use the Sigma tapered highlighter brush to sweep everything away. So the bronzer that I'm going to be using today is the MAC Give Me Sun bronzer. No surprise here, it's one of my favorite bronzers, and I'm going to apply that with a Zoeva 101 Luxe Face Definer brush. So I'm going to contour today, and to contour, the kit that I'm going to be using is the Kat Von D Shade and Light Contour Kit, and the shades that I like to use are this shade right here in the middle and a little bit of that shade right here. So I'm going to take the two shades and I'm just going to place it right here on this outer portion. I don't like to drag my contour down. I like to put it right here in this area so it gives the illusion that we're chiseled and we're good and we're contoured, but it doesn't make it, I don't know, I just don't like the way that it looks when you like drag it all the way down. So I just like to put a little bit here on this area right here. So I'm gonna focus on my lower lash line. To be honest with you, like, this is the first time that I like a double-ended brush. I usually don't like I only like one side. It's weird, but I really like it. I like to use this side right here, and I like to smoke out my waterline. The first shade that I'm going to use is Burnt Orange shade, and I'm going to place that on my waterline. The next shade that I'm going to be using is this shade right here called Red Ochre, and I'm going to be placing that right on top of the Burnt Orange shade. And the last and final shade that I'm going to use is Cyprus Umber, and I'm going to place that shade on top of the other two shades that we used. The eyeliner that I'm going to be using today for my waterline is this super cheap and inexpensive liner by Essence, and it is a waterproof liner. It's actually really nice. It twists like this, and it's in the color, where are you color? I cannot find you. I can't find the color, but obviously it's a brown shade, and I'm going to leave the information down on the description box. And the mascara that I'm going to be using today is the L'Oreal Telescopic Carbon Black Mascara, and I'm going to use that for my lower lash line. For inner corner highlight, I'm going to be using the color Vermeer right here, and we're going to place it in the inner corners. So for highlight today, I'm going to be using the Becca highlighter in the color Champagne Pop, and I'm going to use it with my favorite Morphe 310 brush, and I'm going to apply that on the tops of my cheeks, on my temples, and on the bridge of my nose, and on the tip of my nose. Now that we're all highlighted, I'm gonna use for the lips the Kylie Jenner matte liquid lipstick in Mary Jo. Alright guys, so this completes the look for today. I hope that you really enjoyed watching it. And if you're going out on a date and he or she are taking you out, I really do hope that you order some expensive shit, like an expensive plate. Like a combo plate, like some shrimp and steak, lobster and steak, shrimp and lobster. So definitely don't disappoint. So I just want to say thank you guys for watching, and until next time, I love you guys.